A 5-minute habit you're probably skipping right now is quietly destroying your $8,000 power head. Another mistake during cold starts is scoring your cylinder walls beyond repair, and the fuel you pumped last week is already eating your injectors from the inside out. Here's what hurts the most. You could run your motor for 10,000 hours instead of 1,500. The difference is not luck or how much you spent. It is 13 habits that commercial captains follow religiously, while weekend boaters skip them constantly. One captain has 11,000 hours on his original Yamaha 250. Same power head. 0 rebuilds. Just these 13 habits. We are breaking down every single one, including the startup procedure that is killing your pistons right now. Let's get into it, and please subscribe if this video was helpful. Freshwater flushing after every trip is the single most important habit for outboard longevity. Salt water left inside cooling passages creates corrosion that destroys water pumps and causes catastrophic overheating. Hook up your flush kit the moment you pull in. Not tomorrow, right now. Run the motor at idle for 10 to 15 minutes minimum. This flushes salt from the cooling system and all internal passages. The pros who run motors hard every day never skip this step. Commercial operators with motors exceeding 8,000 hours all say the same thing. Flushing takes 10 minutes, but adds years to motor life. Your water pump impeller alone will last 3 times longer. Oil is the lifeblood of 4-stroke outboards, and the 100-hour interval is when it goes bad. Outboards run at sustained high revolutions per minute that cars never see. Your outboard often runs at more than 5,000 revolutions per minute for hours at a time. That extreme operation breaks down oil faster. Change your engine oil and filter every 100 hours, or annually, whichever comes first. Use the manufacturer's specified oil. Don't cheap out with automotive oil. The $15 you save costs thousands in premature wear. Always change the filter with every oil change. Old oil becomes acidic and loses protective properties. Motors with religious oil changes routinely hit 10,000 hours. Motors with skipped changes rarely make 3,000 hours. Your lower unit operates in the harshest conditions imaginable. It is submerged in water, spinning at high speeds, and generating tremendous heat. Change your lower unit oil every 100 hours, or at least once annually, without fail. When you drain the old oil, inspect it carefully. Healthy gear oil is translucent amber. If it comes out milky white, water has entered through failed seals. That is your warning before catastrophic gear failure. Metal flakes mean bearing or gear damage, needing immediate attention. Use only manufacturer-specified gear oil. This $100 annual maintenance prevents $4,000 lower unit rebuilds. Tournament anglers change gear oil every 100 hours religiously. Their lower units last decades. Fuel stabilizer is not just for storage, it is for every single tank. Modern ethanol blended fuel starts breaking down within 30 days, creating gum and varnish that clogs injectors. Ethanol attracts water, and when water content reaches saturation, phase separation occurs. The ethanol-water mixture drops to the tank bottom, and if your motor draws that mixture, you are done. Add fuel stabilizer at every fill-up before you add fuel. Use marine-specific stabilizers like Startron or Sta-Bil 360 Marine. Add 1 ounce of stabilizer per 3 gallons of fuel. That is 12 cents per gallon for insurance against fuel system failure. Commercial operators with motors exceeding 10,000 hours treat every tank without exception. Cold motors and full throttle create the perfect recipe for piston seizure and cylinder wall damage. Start your motor and let it idle in neutral for 2 to 3 minutes minimum. This allows oil to circulate, then idle in gear through the no-wake zone. Once clear, run at 3,500 to 4,000 revolutions per minute for several minutes before going wide open throttle. This progressive warm-up allows all components to reach operating temperature gradually. In cold weather, when water temperatures drop below 60 degrees, extend your warm-up time. Tournament anglers who skip warm-up pay for it with scored cylinder walls. The ones who warm up properly run the same motors for 15 years. Every outboard has a wide open throttle revolutions per minute range specified by the manufacturer. For most motors, that range is 5,500 to 6,000 revolutions per minute. Operating outside that range destroys engines quickly. Too low means you are lugging the engine and creating excessive heat. Too high means over-revving, which accelerates bearing wear. Your propeller determines your wide open throttle revolutions per minute, so use the correct propeller and get propped properly. Check your wide open throttle revolutions per minute with a tachometer under typical load conditions. Being 500 revolutions per minute below the range creates more damage than you might think. Being 500 revolutions per minute above the range accelerates wear on every moving part. Commercial operators dial in their propellers precisely because they need maximum motor life. The water pump impeller is a rubber component that pumps cooling water through your motor. When it fails, your motor overheats and destroys itself within minutes. Replace your impeller every 2 years or every 200 hours, whichever comes first. Do not wait for failure. Impellers do not give warning. A new impeller kit costs $60 and it takes an hour to install. An overheated power head costs $8,000 to rebuild. If you run in sandy or shallow water, replace the impeller annually. Sand accelerates impeller wear dramatically. Commercial captains with 8,000 hours or more on their motors replace impellers like clockwork every season. They never push it, and they never overheat. Follow their lead. Fuel filters are your motor's only defense against contaminated fuel. Your outboard has multiple filters. Those include the external inline filter, the VST filter, and individual injector screens. Inspect your primary inline filter every 25 hours. If you see debris or discoloration, replace it immediately. A dirty filter starves your motor of fuel, causing lean conditions that create excessive heat and piston damage. The VST filter needs replacement every 100 hours. Keep spare filters on board at all times. In areas where fuel quality is questionable, add an aftermarket 10-micron water separating filter. This extra protection prevents phase separation problems and water in your fuel system. Clean filters equal reliable starts. Starting an outboard without cooling water. Circulating causes immediate catastrophic damage. The water pump impeller needs water for lubrication. Run it dry even for 30 seconds, and you have damaged the impeller. The motor also generates tremendous heat instantly. Without water circulation, internal temperatures skyrocket, causing permanent powerhead damage. Never dry start your motor, not even for a moment. Always use flush muffs, a flushing port connection, or run the engine in water. When using flush muffs, ensure adequate water pressure. You should see strong water flow from the telltale indicator. One dry start can trash a water pump in seconds. Water circulation is absolutely non-negotiable. Saltwater environments are brutally corrosive. Once a month, pull your cowling and inspect for corrosion, fluid leaks, and loose connections. Then spray every visible component with a marine corrosion inhibitor. Products like Corrosion X or CRC Marine create a barrier that prevents salt and moisture from attacking metal surfaces. Pay special attention to electrical connections, steering components, and exposed metal hardware. Include throttle cables, shift linkages, bolts, and brackets. The spray displaces water and leaves a protective film that stops corrosion before it starts. Commercial operators who run daily in salt spray their motors religiously. Preventing corrosion costs $20 a month. Repairing corrosion damage costs thousands of dollars. Protect your investment. A damaged or bent propeller creates vibration that damages your entire drivetrain. The vibration loosens bolts, destroys seals, accelerates bearing wear, and causes gear damage in the lower unit. Inspect your propeller before every trip. Look for bent blades, missing chunks, and fishing line wrapped around the shaft. Even small damage creates significant vibration at high engine speed. If you hit something, pull the boat immediately and inspect. Have damaged propellers professionally repaired or replaced. Do not run on a damaged propeller. Keep a spare propeller on board at all times. Tournament pros carry 2 spares because prop strikes happen. Clean your propeller monthly, removing fishing line, weeds, and debris. Improper storage destroys more motors than hard use. If you plan to store a motor for more than 30 days, proper preparation is critical. Fill your fuel tank to 7/8 full with treated fuel. Add fuel stabilizer at the storage concentration. Run the motor for 5 minutes to circulate treated fuel through the entire system. For carbureted motors, drain the carburetor float bowls completely. Change your engine oil and lower unit oil before storage, not after. Old oil contains acids that corrode internal parts, and fresh oil provides protection. Fog your cylinders for extended storage. Remove the spark plugs, spray fogging oil into each cylinder, and turn the motor over by hand. Store the motor tilted down so water drains from the cooling passages. Your owner's manual contains a detailed service schedule for a reason. Those are not suggestions. They are requirements for maximum motor life. Every 100 hours, certain components need service. Every 300 hours, additional items need attention. Follow this schedule exactly. Do not skip services because the motor seems fine. Problems develop long before symptoms appear. If you are not comfortable performing maintenance yourself, pay a qualified marine mechanic. Annual professional service catches developing problems before they become expensive failures. A $300 annual service prevents $3,000 repairs. Keep detailed maintenance records. Document every oil change, service, and part replacement. The pros running 10,000-hour motors never skip scheduled service, ever. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this. For today's boaters, these 13 habits separate motors lasting 1,500 hours from those exceeding 10,000 hours. Follow them religiously, and you will spend decades on the water instead of decades at the repair shop.